What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, and welcome to another episode of Lactic Acid, the podcast where the takes are fresh, the ideas are ripe, and that makes us the best in the bunch. I am your host, Dominique Smith, and I am excited to be with you guys for another episode. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you have Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, any of those, be sure to subscribe to those and follow our Instagram page, Lactic Acid _podcast on Instagram and Twitter. It will be greatly appreciated. But the guest I have today is one of my favorite people, one of my favorite athletes I got a chance to cover. If you remember Florida Runners, we had Adair Leiden on here. She was in charge when I was working for Florida Runners, and Samuel Austin is the gentleman's name that I'm about to introduce to you. But he was one of the first elite athletes I got to cover. Man, pretty much, we're going to talk about it in a second, but I still count it as 149. I don't care what the clock says. I know what the initial reading was, and he killed it in like 10 events, ended up being a well-deserved state champion, and is now a premier runner at the University of Florida. He is none other than Mr. Samuel Austin. Sam, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, man. Listen, Sam used to kill it back in the day. He has a kick that is lethal. So we're going to get to all of that soon and very soon. But I like to ask all the guests this question, so you are no exception to the rule. If you had to pick a superhero to describe who you are on the track, who are you rolling with, man?
That's a good one. I think I'd go with Captain America, probably.
I can see it, but I want to know why.
I just think I run fearless, and I go into it and give him my all, and I feel like that's what Captain America resembles.
Thing about Sam, if you ever watched a race of his, he looks like Ray Lewis in the last like 150 meters of every race, because he's coming as hard as he can. So, man, we talked a little bit about before the show, but how you loving Florida, man? You're a Gator now.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's great. There's the training is like completely different than I'm used to in high school, but it's really coming along, and I'm really enjoying it.
So what events are you running up there officially?
I'm going to be mainly focused on the 800, but I might get thrown in some 4x4s every once in a while.
So, and you're going to have to jog my memory. I did homework, but some of the sites fluctuate. So Sam's PR in the 800, I'm going to still say 149. Am I wrong?
Not tech. I don't know. It matters what you want to check, but
people say 150, but I remember seeing the initial tweet say 149. So we're going to roll with 149. How's that? Does that work?
Yeah, that works.
So he's a sub 50 800 meter runner. This was his senior year. What was it? 47-1 in the 400? Does that sound about
47-7.
47-7.
Yeah.
And then I saw a 200 of 22:38.
Yeah. It's too many times.
I don't get it, man. So just talk to me just about Sam attended Oviedo High School in Oviedo, Florida, under the great leadership of Dave Tibbetts. Talk to me about your high school career, man. It was crazy because when I first got connected with you and first started covering you and writing on you, it was before the pandemic, and you had a crazy indoor season. And then all of a sudden, and I forgot your times. I think you ran like 152 or something like 150.
Indoor?
Indoor, I remember it was 153.
Yeah, indoor was 153, and then I came out and ran a 151 my first race of the season.
First race of the season, y'all. Yeah, you heard that right. Yeah, but just kind of, and then like I said, with the pandemic, it kind of halted momentum, unfortunately. But then, man, you killed it that last year. Kind of talk about your career, specifically your senior year at Oviedo, and just your career and everything. Yeah.
So I started running my my sophomore year to just get in shape for soccer, because I was a big soccer player, and then I was running, and then I got onto a 4x4 with some other kids, one here at Florida right now, Angel Vicioso. But we won states, and that got me in the 4x4 or 4x8. So I was like super. I fell in love with the sport, and then I continued to like make it my main priority and like keep training and stuff. And then I was, or cross country, I wasn't a great runner, but I tried my best. And then junior year, I was hoping to go off. I had a couple races, and then the pandemic hit, which really stinked. But I just put my head down and pushed through it. And then out of the pandemic, I ran, I PR'd by 0.1 at AAU, and I got fourth AAU Olympic Games, and or AAU Games, yeah. And then I ran cross, and again, and I did my best, but I didn't do amazing.
Sam is listen. Even you say you did your best, but Sam is probably faster than you're faster than me. Let's just
Probably.
Far from no, you definitely are. I just
Yeah.
my personal gain was last week before last. I actually ran a mile without stopping. That's perfect.
Oh.
You went and I'm a big shot putter, so yeah, that was like a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
No, you actually got up early at the crack of dawn and ran what 3-mile courses in the woods and everything. Nah, you the MVP for that.
Yeah.
How did you fall in love with the 800? Because it definitely seems to be your natural race. And then I want to get to the race where you ran a crazy 400 time without blocks. But yeah, how did you fall in love with that event?
I started on the 4x8, so like I don't know. I won states my sophomore year, and I thought it was super fun, and it didn't hurt as bad as the other events, so I kind of just like shifted into that and kept training for that.
If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Tibbett said he was going to put you in a 3200.
That's what he wanted to do. Yeah. So like my sophomore year.
Yeah, we're thankful that he did not do that. You talk about that 4x8 team that won the state championship meet. Some of their names fail me, but if I'm not mistaken, aren't all of them like running in college right now? I know.
Yeah.
Twins, yeah.
Yeah.
The twins are. And you were the second leg, and that race is on
yeah.
line, but I think you ran a 201 split, whatever the case might be, and your teammate, you guys busted that race open, and won decisively. What was it like running with Division I talent, and how did it prepare you to run at the University of Florida?
Running with Division I talent like just helped me see like what I had to do the coming years to like get to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And like it kind of like prepared me to work as hard as I know they worked to get to this stage.
How's the training different from Oviedo now to with Coach Mike Holloway up at Florida? Just like what is, and not just training. So let me be more specific. Well, what is life like now as a college athlete? Give us some insight as to what you go through on a daily basis.
Now I'm doing a lot of doubles, which is it's very new to me because normally we just run after school every day, and it's a lot more focused on like taking care of your body and stuff, and just like stretch a lot more stretching and stuff, a lot more like we're doing prehab, which is where you just like strengthen like things that are weak that could cause injury. Mm-hmm. So we're doing that, and then the workouts they're just starting to get a little hard, but like I can tell they're going to be hard. And then we're lifting a lot, which I'm not used to at all.
Dude, I saw your picture on Instagram. You look like a linebacker now. and,
Thank you.
and everything like that. Have you adapted any lifts that you prefer or that you've made your favorite?
I'm really liking the snatch. I think it's
Snatch and grab?
pretty fun. Yeah, snatch and grab. Yeah, it's pretty hard. Or we're doing a lot of Olympic lifting, which has been difficult getting into it, but I think I'm finally getting used to it now.
Now you told me you throw up. This was a long time ago. You throw up after every workout. So that was is that did I get that wrong?
No, you got that right. I was doing that a lot then, and yeah, I just kept doing it every time we do a real like tough workout where you're going all out. I just lose my stomach.
But the reason for it is actually honorable because you talk about pushing yourself to the very max.
Yeah.
And like I said, this has been, gosh, this was 2 years ago, but you push yourself as hard as you can go because you're that focused on getting better, for maximizing each day. Where did that passion, that work ethic come from? Is it something that you've always had? Is it from your mom, or is it, where did it come from?
I have a younger sister who had a brain tumor. She got it out, but she had a brain tumor for most of my high school, like just career or high school, so it really impacted me. And I knew that whatever she was going through, it's nothing. So I can push as hard as I can, and I might as well do myself better to help my family out and stuff. So
I did not know that, and that's a great way to, like I said, you maximize each opportunity that you have, and it's really shown up. Obviously now, that you're a college athlete, and times are going to continue to drop. What's the workout that you just dread right now that you just hate? Like you hate it, like Coach always says, you got to do it, and you just know this is going to be one that I just vomit day and night.
It's probably tempo runs, which are I'm better at this speedier stuff, but the long tempo runs, those things really hurt, and they always have me gassed at the end. Which are
Yeah, okay, so I'm a shot putter. I do throws. So anything that doesn't have to do with jogging around the field 2 times for warm-ups, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Can you explain a tempo run to me?
A tempo run is where you kind of run as hard as you can for multiple miles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it's kind of just to get you in better shape-ish, but it's still you're supposed to be hurting the entire time at the same threshold, and it really stinks.
So you said miles.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm thinking laps, but you said miles too.
No, miles. Yeah.
That made me want to throw up and everything like that. Oh man, so like I said, Samuel Austin, and my light just went out. So if you saw a sudden change of darkness, we'll fix that another time. I do apologize for that. But tell me, what is it like being in college now? From high school, now you're at the University of Florida. Obviously, I would say UCF is the biggest institution in the state. But how do you like it so far?
I'm loving it. The atmosphere is great. I'm a lot busier than I was in high school, kind of. Yeah. And but the classes I'm enjoying a lot more because the teachers are more into it, I guess.
What's your major and what's your favorite course so far?
My major is economics, and I'm really enjoying principles of microeconomics right now.
Okay. Definitely, I definitely like that. So tell me, what is your favorite thing to do in the little off time that you do have?
In my off time, I'm just hanging with my friends and playing Madden or watching football.
Hold up. I didn't know that you were a Madden player. So I asked this when I would interview recruits for my other gig and podcast. I have to ask you this then. Who's the team that you're rolling with?
On Madden?
Yeah.
On Madden. I'm just gonna go with my favorite team, Carolina Panthers. Just run it down their necks with McCaffrey.
Okay, is he more durable on Madden than he is on fantasy?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that you were a Madden aficionado. So I asked, and I'm genuinely curious. So obviously, there's not going to be a college track and field game,
No.
but let's just say that we transported you to the newest NCAA game.
Yeah.
What position are you playing, and what would your rating be?
Probably like a wide receiver, and my rating would be like mid 60s, low 60s maybe.
Oh,
just all I have is speed.
What?
I don't
60s?
I
understand. I understand humility, but come on now. You beat one of the fastest ones on the team. Did you see them yesterday? They needed you out there, man. And everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I want the people to get to know Samuel Austin a little bit better off the track. So what are some of the things that you're passionate about? Some of the things, that make you passionate. Well, not make you passionate, but some of the things that in this college experience you hope to learn in order to enhance your passion. And I'm going to just mute my screen while I fix this light, but go ahead and keep rolling.
Okay. I think probably what makes me passionate is just like learning more kind of about the world, and like learning more about myself, and like there's so much to learn, and like I just don't know anything, so I think it'd be cool to like just learn more about as much as I can while I'm here in Florida.
When you say you don't know anything, what do you mean?
Like in the general scheme of things, like I don't know, like I'm not. I just don't know that much. No, and I don't have that many like life skills yet. So
I got you. No, I understand.
Like, yeah.
What are some of the things you feel like you've picked up so far?
I've been cooking every day, which is nice. So I think I'm getting pretty good at cooking.
So my ass, what's the go-to meal?
Yeah.
No, what is your go-to meal that you cook?
Oh, my go-to meal. I just make pasta and chicken, and I cook up a little bit of red sauce with it.
Okay. Yeah. I see you, chef. It's interesting that you say that. When I went to college, specifically, so I went to a community college, and then I transferred to UCF. You realize how much you don't know, but I think you have the right attitude and just being like, this is a good place to learn, because I didn't realize how real it got. And I had, different skills, like I knew how to cook and clean and iron and everything. And that's just, situational. Some people don't have to know how to do this. I grew up with a single mom. And so there were things that she taught me and that I had to learn because there was things that I had to do and stuff like that. So I think that is like, I feel that, especially like at a big campus. And so I'm curious about you, and I'm just comparing it to my experience. Did the big campus of UF overwhelm you once you got on campus, or was it just something like natural?
It was a little overwhelming, especially like the college football, like being a football school. It was like crazy, like people lining the streets, and it's like a lot, kind of like a little overwhelming, especially the first few times in the Alabama game. That was,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you go to that game?
Yeah, I went to the game.
I went to one game. This was years ago. I went to the South Carolina game.
Oh.
And South Carolina was better
Mhm.
than they were now, but I hadn't been to the swamp before, and I had never seen anything like that in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like I remember like being up in the stadium, and I get in the fourth quarter, you guys sing this little song or whatever the case might be,
Yeah.
where you like sway, and this drunk dude just grabbed me, like put his arm around me and just rocking me back and forth. Oh wow, this is weird.
Yeah.
So I understand definitely, especially there, how it can be, overwhelming. One thing, and you may be able to shed some light, and that's kind of why I was asking questions specifically about, college, track and field, how you like college, and just some of the things that you've learned. But there are
Mhm.
things in your short time on campus that you can give to high school seniors that would last them a lifetime. What are one or two things? Well, let me ask this first, because this is something that's fresh on my mind. You know it just like I know it. People who probably have never competed in sports and at the collegiate level in their life have a perception about sports,
Mhm.
track and field, and just college athletics in general and college athletes. What is a misconception that you wish would go away? That
Uh,
something that you've heard, but now that you are actually an athlete, going to class, workouts, what's the misconception that you just wish would just go away?
definitely that like being an athlete is just like a free ride or something. Like I hear that like, or I was seeing that a lot, kind of going off to college, but like it's a lot of hard work in and out of the classroom, and like in all the sports, like people are trying like doing so much work and putting so much time into their sports. It's crazy.
Why do you think people think that way? It's
Uh,
always been weird to me because
yeah,
it's a full-time job and then some.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, which is it's really like it's really sad, or not sad, but like a lot, or especially in track, like there aren't that many scholarships to go around. So like we're working like 20-30 hours a week, and like for or just for the love of the sport, and like people are like just saying that like we're free riding off the university or something, and it's just like it kind of hurts a little bit.
Like you said, in this sport, this is not football.
Yeah.
Football, there's I think what 80 scholarships, 85, I'm sorry, 85 scholarships, to go around. Like you said, track and field, you're talking 20, 30 spots, and you have to have multiple people at multiple events,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so, yeah, it would bother me just like it bothers you. Do you think that the disrespect, specifically for sports like cross country and track and field, is just due to people being ignorant and they don't know it, or it's just like, you know what, we just don't understand and we don't care, essentially? And how
um
do you solve that as an athlete? How do you solve that?
it's probably just ignorance of like people don't know what like really what it's like. I don't because it's kind of hard to explain though to somebody that isn't here, but like our me and like I room with cross country kids, and they're beat like, or they're in season 2 right now, so like they're going hard, and they're going hard and like studying too, because there's just not that much time, and we're all putting our max effort out there, and like yeah.
So I want, so just, and so I want you to give me what a typical day is like for you, especially on a heavy training day with heavy classes, so people understand this is not a free ride. This is actually things that you have to put work into, including class, because the moment that
Yeah,
GPA drops, you're off the team or you're not competing.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
what is your toughest day? Give the people just an example of what you go through. Like I said, on your toughest day with your heaviest workload and heaviest class load.
Okay. Yeah. On like Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are workout days for us.
Mhm.
So we do like a 40-minute bike ride in the morning, and then go directly to class, and then directly from class go directly to the workout, which it's all like, so at like, wake up, do the double, go to class, then go to the workout, and then go right from the workout, go to lift, which is like 2 hours, and we get home at like 5:30, and then studying and doing work, and then eating dinner, and then like once all that's said and done, like it's 10:30, 11, and it's like you're beat and you just want to go to bed.
Yeah, and then you just mentioned you have to do rehab and prehab.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That's not even counting that. And it's not as if it's optional, because if it's so you just talked about it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, well some people think it's optional, or like, and there's rules in like NCAA that like limit your time. So like they say it's optional to do that stuff, but like you have to do it or you're gonna get injured and like ruin your season. And so
it's that's why I say people don't. And it's sad, sometimes I read things too, just like, oh yeah, they're complaining about they get free education. Well, that's nice and all, but it's far more complicated, far more extreme. It's not for everybody to do.
Yeah.
So let's break this up out this college talk. Like I said, I want to get back to people getting a chance to know you a little bit more. So I'm gonna ask you a couple rapid fire questions. I have about 2 sections of them. Then we'll talk a little bit more track specifically about your goals for this season, and then we'll wrap this thing up with a bow. We'll let you get to your free time. So if there is a food that you could not live without and a food that you could live without, what are the choices?
I think I would have to do like a food, just like, or can I say like milk?
Okay,
I drink
food
a lot
or beverage.
Of milk. Yeah.
You hate milk?
No, I drink a lot of milk.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I can't live without it, and cheese, and like that's a lot of my dairy.
So what's the food that you gotta get rid of?
I'm allergic to nuts, so I'd probably say those.
Okay, yeah, we hate those. Okay, we'll hate those. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the TV show, the most underrated TV show, either on television now or that you ever watched?
Probably, I don't know. That's a good one. You caught me off guard.
Yeah, a couple of these are. I'll be nice.
Yeah.
Let's do, if it's not a TV show, it could be a TV show or a movie.
A movie. I think I'll.
Let's come back to that one.
Yeah, we'll come back to that one.
Let's come back.
Yeah.
No, you're totally fine. Let's come back to that one. What is the best compliment you've ever received?
A coach from Winter Springs High School.
Okay.
He said that I'm the best 800 runner that he's ever seen, or at least at the high school level, which was really like it was super flattering, and I was super thankful to like receive that.
Was it Coach Clark?
Yeah, Coach Clark.
That's saying something, because because of the 800. Well, she's Carol. If you haven't heard of Caroline Wells, who's committed to Stanford, she is the Katie Ledecky of high school track and field. She's incredible. And interesting enough, the two of you, your mom told me that you guys went to school together at one point.
Yeah, we went to middle school together.
Yeah. That is funny. So this one is probably going to be the toughest. And so here's what we'll do. We'll save the TV movie one for the last segment, but this one might be tougher than that. Messi or Ronaldo? Or if there's anyone you prefer over them? I'll give you that option.
Messi.
See, that's why he was the number one runner. I'm sad that he's not at Barcelona, but
Yeah.
definitely. And so, who was the soccer player that, like, just if you had to describe your game through a soccer player, like this soccer player, this is how I play compared to the soccer player. I just butchered that question. I apologize.
Yeah.
But
I think I know what you mean.
okay, so yeah, if you had to compare your game to a current soccer player, that's a better question. Then who would that player be?
Oh, I don't know about a current soccer player, but I was told by a couple coaches that I resembled Peter Crouch.
Oh
If you
wow,
remember who
yeah, I
he
know who
is.
Peter Crouch is.
Mostly just because he was really tall.
Okay.
And like lengthy-ish. So
Yeah, I think you might be faster.
yeah.
I'll give you that. I think you might be faster. So
Yeah.
freshman year, 800, got indoor, outdoor. What are your goals, man? What are you looking to accomplish this first year?
I'm not. It kind of like varies. I need to run my first race to really see, but
Yeah.
my goals are I want to run in the 148
Okay.
in indoor season, and I hope to break 147 outdoor season. I know that's very ambitious, and I hope to just I want to score at like SEC's indoor season, and then or hopefully out or in nationals too indoor, but that's more of a it could be hard, especially because it's my first season, and I've heard freshmen don't do great the first indoor year. So,
Well, I think you gotta realize too that you have some indoor experience.
yeah,
So that can help you break the mold.
yeah, yeah.
And
It can help me break the mode.
so, like I said, and always be the exception to the rule.
Yeah,
Actually, like I said, you have plenty of experience running indoor,
yeah.
being successful running indoor. What are you most excited about? What are you most looking forward to for the
Just like the environment. It seems like being surrounded by all these amazing athletes all the time is just going to be really inspiring, and especially racing like I'll probably be racing Brandon Miller a lot, the 800 runner for Texas A&M, and just like probably just watching him or competing against it, even if I lose, it'd just be so inspiring to be with that type of talent and like push me to be a better athlete.
Have you envisioned yourself making one of these national teams, international teams? The Olympic team, the World Championship team. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I definitely have. I think I want to the next Olympic year. I want to try to make the final at least for the American qualifiers. I think that'd be really cool. And or I of course I want to go through, but I
Yeah.
think just getting to the final stage would be amazing.
Yeah, I think you just work your way up from there.
Yeah.
Like I said, you never know. Like
Yeah.
I said, when I say Sam has a crazy close, I'm just trying to think of the app there. Like it fails me, the person, but just like the last 200 meters, it's like you run literally with your hair on fire. It's the
Yeah.
craziest thing I've seen. Tell
Yeah.
us about the race. I've never seen this before. I've never seen anyone run really, really fast without blocks. But your first ever 400 race, you ran
Yeah.
4:66 without blocks into the win against elite competition. Please
Yeah.
tell everybody what in the world was that. It was one of the craziest things. And you posted it on your YouTube page, and I saw it. I was like, this is crazy. Like, what?
Yeah.
Please talk about
Well,
that. Yeah, take us through that.
I had no idea how to do blocks, so I'm like, that's out of the question. So, and I've and before I was DQ'd from I false started my I tried to do it my sophomore year, but I false started because I didn't know there's a ready set go instead of like set, go. So
Yeah.
I guess I was confused. So then I was like, and the wind was like at into our faces, like really heavy at the start. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try to get out as fast as I can, and then hope the wind like pushes me into the finish line. And that's kind of what ended up happening. So
I think the craziest thing to me, you can hear the wind. It's
yeah,
not like it's you can legit hear it, and you got
yeah,
faster. Like everybody's dying, and
yeah,
you just went faster. It's just like I said earlier in the show. I had to ask you that because it's still the craziest thing I've seen, and it's so rare and it's so difficult to do in a headwind. And you ran a
yeah.
PR, and that was like that was your first ever 400, like 48.6. Let me ask you this: with NIL and everything, as a college athlete, is it difficult to try to balance the opportunities that you get to capitalize on your name, image, and likeness and try to maneuver just being a fresh college freshman, especially in athletics?
Um, I'm not really experiencing that much yet because I don't have, or especially in track, you kind of need like a big name to really get brands to come at you. So hopefully, if I have a good seasons, then that'll be more of an issue. But right now, I'm just a normal, just a college kid, just hoping to have that problem, kind of.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
Yeah,
So let's wrap this up with the bow. With the bow, excuse me.
yeah.
Like I said, I got to ask you again: the most underrated movie or television show?
Um, I think I'm gonna go with probably can I go with an anime?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with One Piece.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm getting more familiar. Noah Lyles, actually,
yeah,
I met him at the Prefontaine Classic, and he gave me
yeah,
some quality tips. It's more interesting than I ever thought it would be.
yeah.
Honestly, I didn't think it would be interesting. If you had to play, I'm sorry, if you had to pick someone to play your life in a movie, who are you going to choose? What actor are you choosing?
um, I'm not probably. I'm not sure. Probably like God, that's another. I don't know actors very well, so
Okay, so most overrated tradition, holiday tradition.
overrated holiday tradition. Probably. Um,
I'm getting you with these
yeah,
questions.
you're really getting me with these questions.
It's called rapid fire, man. Okay,
Yeah, rapid fire. I'm failing the rapid fire. Um,
let's see.
just like probably like mistletoe. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's
it's weird. It's
it's pretty weird. Well, it's not as big as in the south though. So
well, yeah, because essentially you could just go under a tree branch or something like
yeah.
that. Cold weather or hot weather?
Um, hot weather
Favorite workout and least favorite workout that you've ever done?
that I ever done. Favorite workout is 242 times two. That's a 200, 400, 200 twice. And then my least favorite is it's called the Michigan workout. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but
No.
it's a mile hard and then a mile tempo, and then a 1200 hard and then 1200 or a mile tempo, and then an 800 hard and then a mile tempo, and then all out 400, and that is just insane.
The name of this show is called Lactic Acid, and I feel
Yeah,
it building up just sitting here listening to that. And I
yeah,
I forgot to introduce this final segment. It's called Down the Home Stretch, which is where
Yeah.
you feel the most lactic acid. That's why these questions are getting tougher, but I promise you we're
Yeah.
almost done, man.
All right.
Got two more questions for you. What's the best concert that you've ever been to?
I've never been to a concert. I'm going to my
Oh,
first one today. Yeah.
really? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so who
Yeah.
you want to see?
I'm going to see Playboy Cardi.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Favorite place you've ever traveled?
Um, Probably like somewhere in Connecticut. It's really nice up there.
Okay. Last question for you. If you had to give your sophomore self a piece of advice, what are you telling yourself?
Um, Probably just like keep your head up and like you're gonna get to where you want to. Just trust in yourself.
Well, there is no better way to end that with that great piece of advice. And for anyone listening, as Sam said, keep your head up. You'll get to where you want to. This has been Lactic Acid with Dominique Smith. That is Samuel Austin. If you like this episode, if you like this podcast, do me a favor, like I said earlier in the show, on YouTube, like the page, subscribe to the page, like this episode, leave a comment. Obviously, anything that you do in that regards is better for the channel. It helps this channel grow. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, anywhere you get a podcast, this should be on. If it's not, we're going to work on that. And definitely follow the social media pages. You can follow me at Dom Smith _news, follow Lactic Acid _podcast on Twitter and Instagram. You'll get the chance to see a little bit more about Sam. We did an intro the week prior to this episode airing, and so you'll get a chance to learn more about him. Follow him. What is your platform that they can follow you at, Sam?
You can follow me on Instagram at _ Samuel Austin.
And there's one more question I have to ask. I have to ask it. Why is it great to be a Florida Gator?
Just the environment. Everybody, we're all family, so we all get along. We all are together, thick and thin.
Well, make sure you follow the Florida Gators too on social media. They do a great job on there. You will see Sam. I know he has goals for himself, but I am confident, just like he did in high school, he's going to exceed those goals. Be sure to follow his success. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening. Going to continue to bring you great content. Until then, peace.